Hello, everybody. Hello,
Hi,
welcome.
how's
Hey, how are
everybody
you
doing?
guys?
Welcome to Smoke. All right, so tonight we've got a great show, for you guys, and I'm gonna start this out with a little bit of commentary. So you guys just work with me and stand close. Welcome to the Smoke space where we don't just scratch the surface; we pull back the veil. We're clearing the air on the mysteries and histories of terrifying realities of the unseen world. Tonight, the temperature in the room just dropped because our guest is someone who works daily on the thin line between our world and the next. She is fourth generation paranormal investigator, a master psychic medium, a trained shaman, and you've seen her tracking down dark attachments and dangerous relics across North America as the star of Hulu's hit series Repossessed. She knows exactly what happens when objects and places refuse to stay dead. Get ready because things are about to get heavy. Pull up a chair to the smoked circle and help me welcome the incredible, the phenomenal Dr. Leitreanna Terry Brown. Welcome to the show,
Hey,
Terry.
everybody.
Welcome to the
Thank
show.
you.
All
That was
right.
awesome. I hope I can live up to that.
Well, it's well deserved. It really is. Um,
Thank you.
so well, tell everybody how you been.
Doing great. I've just been getting ready for the paranormal conferences. I redid some of my it's Victorian Ghost Files. Possession was wait a minute. Victorian Ghost Files Between Heaven and Ectoplasm. That's it. So it's a really cool book, and I've got a new cover, and we did a little work on it. So it's going to be nice and fresh for the Paracons. Matthew and I also released Crypts and Cryptids, and our publisher will have that out when we come to see you. That one I had to rush, rush, rush so that I could have it ready for you guys. It's about our stories with crypts as far as the paranormal, the spirits, and things like that. And then our experience with cryptids, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to us. It's just
Right.
going to happen to us.
Exactly.
And so I have some theories about how the supernatural, the spirit realms, are connected to cryptids, because lots of times you see these cryptids in haunted locations and where you have haunted activity, hauntings, sometimes cryptids just come right through. So we'll be talking about that at the end of the book. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and definitely a big chat, big talk, communication at the conference. I'm trying to talk and I got my tongue tangled. I'm sorry.
No, 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 not
It's
at
all
all.
good.
Well, that sounds interesting, and you know, you guys always bring an element to our event that people just love and are just attracted to, and so that's one of the positive things about our events. People come out and they always asking, is Miss Lee gonna be there? Is Miss Lee gonna be there? And
Yeah.
so
Oh, they're so sweet.
yeah, it's good, just great to have you guys come. And Matt, he's of course people when he does his workshops like he did last year, and so everybody just like is Matt coming back, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, Matt's great at it.
yeah, he is, and so we're
Mhm.
just happy to have you guys come in, and it's just makes the atmosphere so good, and so yeah,
Well,
it's
we
gonna be
love
a
it.
good
We
time.
love the people in Alabama and Florida. We love you guys. It's like going home for a family reunion for us.
That's
And
right.
I'm
Well,
glad that people love us as much as we love them,
Oh yeah,
because we do.
definitely, definitely, and so you are definitely booked. I know you're going to be in New Orleans prior to our con, um,
Right.
and
Well,
then
I'll
I
be
think
in Gettysburg first, Gettysburg is first, and I love Gettysburg. We filmed in Gettysburg with Repossessed, and it was so much fun. It was mind scrambling. I mean, I saw a little girl coming out of a farmhouse, and it was like it's a barn, but I mean the wood is super thick and super old, but it's still just solid. It's a beautiful place, and it was right next to the Gettysburg battlefield. So that little barn, it's not little, I keep saying little, but this barn was bigger than most around, so naturally it was the Civil War hospital. And when you go in, you can see where they had to drill holes in the floor because it was so bloody in there. People were sloshing in blood.
Wow.
I saw a little girl go across the path from the house, which was the inn, across to the barn, and I saw her come out. She was in this beautiful dress and she had a white apron on and she was working hard, and I could tell she was just in a real hurry and just, startled by all of this. And then as time went, I mean, it happened like this, but I could see it was time changing, and I could see a line across the top of her foot, and that was blood, and then it went up to her calf, and then it went up to where gym socks would be.
Hmm.
That child was sloshing around in that much blood, and that's why they had to poke holes in the floor. And you can still
Hmm.
see them, they're there. I mean, that's just part of the history of Gettysburg. How much blood and trauma happened in that one location for
Right.
so many people? I mean, how much was all of that, and what did it do on a permanent basis to that location? I mean, the schoolhouse is haunted. The orphanage. Mm, I can barely even go in there. The things that were done to those children.
Yeah,
Speaking of Gettysburg, did you happen to go to Culp Hill while you were there?
Go to where?
Culp Hill, as part of
I don't
Gettysburg. It's
think so.
Culp Hill. That's where my
Oh,
family
yes,
was
I
from.
did.
Yeah, that's where
Yes,
my
actually,
family's
we
from.
did. Oh yeah, it's like going back in time. There's a little Main Street area and there's little shops, and it was like a Hallmark movie when we went through. It was amazing. And I love that. The little time capsules when you go places. Now when you got past that, of course, it looked like other towns, but I like that, you know. I think I'm from a different era sometimes anyway. It's beautiful. So after
I'd
we go to
love to.
Gettysburg, we'll be going on to um, New Orleans and then to you guys.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that I could maybe run down to the New Orleans gig before hours, but it's not going to happen. I got too much stuff going on, and
Oh, I bet.
things
I mean,
are. Hey,
hey,
Teresa.
Teresa.
Um, things are, like I said earlier, it's just rapidly intensifying.
Rapid fire. Yeah,
Teresa and I both are just we work till we fall asleep, honestly, and yeah, that's what Teresa was doing a while ago. She was working, and she says, "I'm gonna tune in to as much of the show as I can, as long as I can stay awake." but so,
oh,
but that's okay. We're going to be getting some help for next year, and things are changing a
good.
bit, stuff like that. And yeah, we as our events have this year's taken off, and we got so many people that are interested, and the town of Enterprise, the city of Enterprise, rather, they stay in contact with us
Good.
weekly, if not every other day. In fact, the uh, curator of the venue called me today, and so they're excited about us coming in, and I think they're trying to adjust some boo boos and things like that, but that's okay. You learn. You
Yeah.
know, with, you can't be totally prepared for every little thing that comes along. You have to kind of
Uh,
do that on the fly.
Yeah.
So but
adjust on the fly and keep a good attitude. That's all you can do.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes I may lose my cool sometimes, but most of the time people don't ever see it. It's in the background, and I'm usually fussing at myself because I'm dare not fuss at Teresa because she'll fuss back.
Oh no,
Um,
don't do that. She'll get you.
exactly. I've been
Hey,
with her.
I sent you some things on Messenger if you'd like to see some of the pictures, if that's something you'd like to pull up. How
Okay,
long have you been with Teresa? I love that woman. From the first time I met her, she is really something incredible.
we've been together 34 years or something like that.
Wow,
It's a
34
long
years.
time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and she is she is my heart and soul. Trust me, she just
She's a good
I couldn't
woman.
do anything without her, and she knows that. Yeah, these are cool.
Thank you.
Let me get these moved over, and I'll pull them up. But so
The
yeah,
I wrote a cookbook. A cookbook. Can you believe it? I did. And it
Excuse
is
me.
It's Halloween themed. So it's appetizers and desserts for spooky season. And the next one I do will be for Christmas and, things like that. It's going to be throughout the year. But this one is the first one, and it's got spooky stories, just complete fiction, made up stories, just a little bit of gentle spooky. And some of these recipes you've got to try. I want you to try the bat wings, Michael.
bad
Are you
You like
selling this?
chicken wings?
Are you selling this book at the
Yeah,
con? All right.
yeah, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the stories I think are entertaining. I even thought about making a coloring book, so
Good
that,
idea.
kids and their parents, could color the pictures and read the stories and make the food for a Halloween party, and it would be a lot of fun.
Kind of
I
like a
think I'm going to
children's
do
book.
that. Yeah, I've got the opportunity to go black and white or color on the inside of the book. I think that's what I'm going to do.
I think that'd
So
be
it's
good.
it's a lot of fun. Yeah, there's like mummy fingers and the bat wings. Just as an example, yeah, you take chicken wings and then you fry them, of course. And the sauce that you make after you fry them is a type of honey barbecue, and then you
Mm,
add blackberry jam to it. And I put
okay.
just a little splash of rum, so it'll mix good, and put that on your chicken wings, and it looks black like a bat, but they are so good. You guys will have to
chicken.
try it. Blackberry jam and honey barbecue sauce, with just little splashes of rum. And it's
Oh,
awesome.
got the
Is,
rum in it. Here we go.
is
Yeah.
that a little splash for the bird and a little splash for you?
Hey, I'm not saying. Oh, she's still working. Bless her heart.
Right.
She's y'all do an excellent job. The amount of detail you put into your events is just staggering. I don't know how you do it all.
Well,
That- That's how I would be cooking it anyway.
Whoop. One for you, one for me, two
Got
for
to make
you,
sure it's
one, two
good.
for me.
yeah.
I do put bourbon in my barbecue sauce.
Hmm.
My husband actually makes it better than me. And we inject like our turkey with a
Oh,
bourbon mix with spices. We inject it and then fry it. And then we have a glaze that goes over it. And it's honey Jack Daniels, not just regular old Jack
mm,
Daniels.
yeah,
So
that's
yeah, it
good.
makes a great turkey. It makes a great ribs. So
Hey, y'all hang on
so
this.
I do got a question for you, Lee.
uh-huh.
When we did our first con, you had went up on stage and you was talking about dreams, and I'm trying to remember exactly what I'm saying. What I'm trying to get out is I have these dreams all the time that actually come true. I see them beforehand, and that's happened
Oh.
to me like 3 times here lately.
And
And
how significant are they when you have these dreams? Are you just suddenly, you dream of a place and suddenly you drive up and you find yourself there, or is something really
we had a
happening? It's
we had a
important.
little girl that was unalived here around January,
Oh no.
and they had put it on Facebook, and I literally said, "I seen that 2 days ago." And Laura's like, "You couldn't have because they just announced everything today." I said, "No, I seen it 2 days ago," and I told her everything that was on there. She's like,
Oh my
"No."
God.
And then the
Now,
woman that got thrown off that cliff the other day without the bungee
yeah.
cord, I seen the same thing like 2 or 3 days before, except for it was a guy. You know,
Huh.
I have these dreams like this all the time, and it's just weird. I don't know what
It's
to make of it.
interesting that you see them and it happens. I'm unfortunate enough to say I have symbolic dreams. What you're displaying is clairvoyance. And if they're coming to you in your dreams, soon they'll be coming to you when you're awake.
Hmm,
So you might want to keep a journal or download something on your phone to take notes on, or where you can speak it in, even if you're just speaking it into your phone to email yourself
right,
or something like that, just so that you can document the date and what you saw. Especially if it doesn't make sense right now, see if you can catch how long it takes for the information to come out after you've had that dream, because that right there is what everybody that has that type of talent, that kind of gift, what they want to do. Because if I'm having a dream about an airplane crash, why am I having a dream?
right.
What's it to me? Well, I'm a praying woman, okay? And I say it's God's way of letting us know we need to be praying. So if you're having a dream and you feel it's one of those, sweetheart, start praying, activate your prayer chain, because, there's worse things than death. There is. And
Definitely.
I think you're getting notification that, you need to let your family and friends know that, stuff's about to happen. I had a dream about a birthday cake. I was pregnant with my son, and I've been having the craziest dreams. And they all, my mom was translating for me and my grandmother at the time, and they were still alive then. And this one happened, and then it happened by the time the third time, the next day, that woke me up, and it made sense. There was a birthday cake, and it had two candles on it. And I looked real close because it looked like they were sparkling. And I kept looking, and then I saw that there were little fleas like jumping off the candles. And I thought, okay, what's going on with this tree? And I started hearing something yelling, and I got closer. And when I wanted to see closer, it took me all the way in where I was standing in front of the Twin Towers, and I was seeing people jumping from the building because they didn't
Mm,
want to burn to death. And I was, I didn't recognize what it was. I just saw two skyscrapers, something's on fire, everything's on fire, stuff's flying everywhere. It's like a soot and a smoke. And I was covered, everybody was covered, people were running, and I was trying to find out what happened, what happened. Finally, I got somebody to stop. And they were in this panic, and when they stopped, how can I help you? I thought, this is really getting weird. Why are you running? They knocked they knocked it down, and people are dying. We're on fire. And then another person stopped, run. You don't need to be here. More will die after this. And I said, from what? And he went like that, and all the soot was coming down. And how many firefighters did we lose from the contamination from those fires and the explosions afterwards? The people that had breathing problems and never really recovered. Um, it happened like like I dreamt it would. It's just I couldn't put it all together. What's a birthday cake and fleas? What? You know.
right.
But then when it happened, Matt said, "Wake up, Lee." I was pregnant with my son, and I was in bed. I was in bed. They told me to go to bed until I had the baby. And he woke me up, and I woke up and I saw him, and I said, "Oh my God." When Mama Jenny came running in there, she said the candles and the fleas. And Matt said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "Don't tell me you had a dream." So I did. So luckily, when I would tell my mother and grandmother I had a dream, they would turn to me and show a sense of urgency, and they would pray. And we had a prayer chain that, we feel like something's wrong and we need to be praying. And then we'd let them know when, we knew what it was, and everybody was okay with it.
When I have a dream,
There
everybody
was,
tells me, "Don't tell me nothing, because I don't want to know."
well, just get your prayer friends together and say, there's a reason why I saw it. And, I want to be able to be strong enough and say, let's all pray. Let's all be thinking about it. I had a dream also another time. Um, I was going down the road and something jumped out in front of me. I couldn't make out what it was, and I hit it, T-boned it, bam. And I got to that specific spot, and I remembered my dream, and I slammed on brakes, and here it comes, just like that, and I just missed it.
Hmm.
So those are moments that'll really curl your hair.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
was so scared.
Hey,
Uh,
I got a few things in the comments here that I want to.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Teresa, she says lots of coffee. Y'all were talking about bourbon, and Todd Prater, my brother. I heard the word bourbon. That's right. And
I,
Todd says I've had both dreams of places, and then I go there. Cars that I eventually buy, and people that I meet. So
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. Most of the time, I have nightmares when it comes to people I meet. So all right, and then Destiny Fox says 2 times not long ago I had 3 very bad dreams. Lee would pop up in the dream, and I would wake up from it. Michael said somehow, some way, that woman was protecting you. So, all right. So y'all have a connection, evidently.
We
Um,
do. We really do. I put her in a circle of protection several years back. She's very special. She and Teresa. There's some people that you meet in this field and you just click, and
yeah,
there's something special about them. And it's that way with Destiny. It's that way with Teresa. Very, very that way with Teresa. I'll never forget it. I was standing there at Pauley Jail, and I just didn't know you guys, and here I am, and wasn't sure what to do. And she'd say, just come over here and try this, come over here and stand right there and tell me what you feel. And the next thing I knew, I was hanging on her shoulder, and we were laughing and cutting up and going to see things and talk to Civil War ghosts, and
yeah,
we had a good old time. That sure
yeah,
was nice.
definitely. And Todd Prater says, however, the last 2 nights I dreamt a whole cast of WKRP in Cincinnati. All right. Well, now Todd, he works in radio and things like that. So I guess that would be some of that. But said they were welcoming me aboard because they were starting an internet radio station they wanted me to run. Yeah, he he works the Black Belt. Um, it's Black Belt News, I think it is. Forgive me,
Oh,
Todd, if
how
I've said that
cool.
wrong. You know
Oh,
Cahaba that we go to every year and help with the haunted history tour. Okay,
I love it.
he is a big one of the historians there, a volunteer. He goes in and talks about some of the stories in the cemetery and stuff. Todd, though, he's a good guy and fun to be around. And
yeah.
him and his whole family.
I can tell.
Yeah, so we have a good time when we go. And so
Con, come see me at the con. I'll give you a reading for free. I'll
he
sell you a pencil for free.
Yeah. That's right.
um, he said he was going to come up. I told him that
Good.
I'd give him some free tickets.
The dream about WKRP in Cincinnati, they were like family. They were work family. Oh, Luna, my dog is doing this mess. Um, I feel like he's yearning for a close-knit work family. He wants that tribe, and he would be happy to represent them. And
Yeah,
and I think he's looking for his tribe. And
Well,
he knows some of them. He knows some of them. And he might already know every one of them, and he's just waiting for the invitation. So maybe something to think about, bud.
oh yeah, it's the Black Belt News Network. Yeah. So yeah, Todd does some great stuff up there. He did
I'd love to hear more about that.
he did some video work of us when we were there. What was it? 2 years ago, I think. Um, we we try to go in and give Old Cahaba as much publicity, if you will,
Oh, yeah.
um, as we can, because the more people that knows history, the better off we are, and things can be restored.
Absolutely.
You lose history, then you lose us.
Yeah,
I mean that's just
for
the way it
sure.
is. And so
Yeah,
Todd's one
that's
of those
true.
ones to help preserve that history and keep, because the history is with the storytellers. And,
Mhm.
because if you listen to them, you can almost reach out and touch that history. And Todd's one of those ones, and he can tell you a story about Cahaba, I tell you. And of course, Todd said he's gonna come see you at the con. And
You want a
Destiny, she
pencil
said,
too?
okay.
She's
Okay.
gonna sell a
So
lot
I
of
got a
pencils.
bunch. I got a lot of pencils. Yep. And you get a free reading with that pencil. So,
that's right. That's right. So now I know most of the story, but some of our listeners may not know exactly how you got started in the whole repossessed thing. Can you kind of tell how you got into the repossessed and
sure.
the haunted objects and things like that?
Well, I've always collected rocks, and usually I had to have certain colors, different things. I was taught how to select a rock that may have energy. It's basically a Seminole kind of mysticism of how to make a medicine wheel. And I learned that when I was about 6. I learned how to do it, and Mom wasn't really on board with all of that, but it it did something special for me. It connected me with the earth, and I was big into hunting and fishing and survival hikes and things like that when I was a kid. And so the Seminoles that were attached to Ross Allen's Reptile Institute, um, they would watch me when Mom and Dad had to film. And so I was learning a lot of things. The tribe was actually connected to the backside of the compound. So I started out learning about animals, how they communicate telepathically, what kind of vocal inflections, what they mean different. They can mean different things. Alligator's bellow is one thing, but then his caw, when like the children are calling their dad, it's a whole different feeling and a whole
Wow.
different sound. And they hear it and they know the difference. So, of course, dolphins, understanding their as much as we can about them.
Yeah.
But I started out with that and learning how you could stare down, bobcats and things like that, because all of that was at the Institute, and how you can dominate and get control over things that are hard to manage. And then it went from that to they saw that I could see spirits, and that's when I started being taught um, their way. And then my grandmother would teach me about hers, and then Dad, of course, is doing cryptids, and so it's kind of a blend of all of that. But I was watching a show on YouTube, and I was talking to Matthew about how I felt really comfortable being able to do psychometry because I used my hands for healing and for giving attunements and things like that. So I use my hands like a sonar. I push it through the object, and what images I get, um, it's akin to remote viewing. Um, it does take some practice and a lot of technique because let's say if I told you I'm at McDonald's, I'm remote viewing, I'm at McDonald's. It would be your responsibility to back me up because you're like, no, this doesn't say McDonald's. What are you talking about? Back me up and say, tell me why you think you're at McDonald's. Okay, well, I see two golden arches, and it could be something totally different. It could be a cave, it could be a bridge, but the golden arch meant something. And see, I just brought symbolism out into something I knew, McDonald's. But if I could slow my mind down and play it slowly, like I was just telling you, Michael, if you can figure out when you have the dream and then when you get the when it comes to reality, in between that is what is always so hard to control and what to do with that time. Well, with this, between the time I leave my mind and I'm astral or remote viewing something, I need to talk about what I see, just like when you're grounding. Tell me what you see, what do you feel, what do you hear, who's around you, and those kinds of questions because you are going there. Energy is energy, and we can communicate with people in the ethereal dimensions, with people, with places and things. Somebody that I follow very closely is Dr. Russell Targ, Targ, and he was a CIA psychic during the Cold War. And when American citizens were abducted and held for ransom in the embassy in Iran, he was one of the psychics that remote viewed and could tell how many people were how many were being held captive, if anybody was hurt, what did they want, how many guns they had, those things that we didn't know. That was the first time we actually had CIA, well, military missions that were actually conducted based off of information gathered by psychics
Wow.
only. So
Interesting.
I mean, now we could shoot a ray into the building and see through the brick and thermal, and we could count how many heartbeats people have. But back at that time, we couldn't do that,
Right.
you know? And I saw this last night. I could not wait to get on the show and tell you guys because this is some stuff. I have a document where when Osama bin Laden had so much power and persuasion over people that the CIA was actually looking into a demon toy, is what they called it, a haunted object, okay, in order to sneak it to him in order to take his control away from him. I've got the document. I'll send it to you. It's
Wow.
crazy, but they were looking at it, just like the Nazis looked at things that were
Yeah.
mystical to try
Yes.
to win. And we know that Jewish people did. That's where debit boxes come from.
Exactly.
So, wow, wow, wow.
I
Things
never
that
thought
we
that.
get people like us that get kind of teased or even criticized for being curious about what we do, they think that they're the majority, but they're not. The closer to the intellect you get and leadership of our world, they're the ones that actually believe. So
Sure.
I think we need to have a stronger, more calm, but stronger stance and confidence in what we know. I
Sure.
really do.
I think
And,
mindedness is one of the problems with our world now. Um,
oh, say it, Stan. Isn't it the truth?
it's you stand
It
back and you
irritates
watch
me.
some of these things and you go, oh my God, can it really be? And um, unfortunately, it is. And sometimes I look at Teresa and I go, we're a select few in this world. Because this world is going to hell in a handbasket, and if
Yes, it is.
somebody don't
There's a lot.
stand and say, wait a minute, wake up a little bit, and listen to the elders and listen to the ones that the seers and the ones that have that information that's been given that information, and I fully think that was given by God. And
It is, yeah.
don't stand back and say, "Oh, that's all of the devil." And no, okay, you're closed minded, and that's the only thing you can see because that was what you were taught when you were a kid, you know, and that was
Well,
true.
these are also the people that think the Bible is every word is literal when there's parables in there. There's a lot of things that contradict, and that's because the amount of time had gone from the first thing to the next thing. And it's a snapshot of how people are thinking at that time.
Right.
They
Yep.
don't really look at it from a historical standpoint. It's a lot more powerful when they look at it from that.
A lot of people they get into reading the Bible because they're looking for self satisfaction. They're looking for something. That, oh, I told you this was right. That type of thing. And
Oh
whenever you
yeah,
start reading the Bible, you have to be open enough to receive that message from God to because your message is in the Bible. I guarantee you it's there, but you have
it's
to be
there.
open enough to receive it
Hmm.
and not stubborn and think that you're everything. And
Well, there's another thing too that is really it really bothers me when people take the word and try to twist it into something that it was never meant to say,
Yeah.
and they're bending it to their agenda,
yep, I
and
agree.
that's sacrilege. And I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. That's a
Absolutely.
very serious thing right there.
Yeah.
Yep. But anyway, we're going down a rabbit hole, and it's my fault. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's what
But
smoke is.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a literal approach to the Bible, then there's the existential approach where you're looking for rules for living, philosophies, and lots of times that approach goes too much on what you feel instead of, learning something. And then there's the literary approach, and I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I want to read it and I want to see the strengths, I want to see the weaknesses of people and where God came into play, and I want to understand the pitfalls. These people made a mess, and look what they did. That's why I wear saints medals around my neck, because I don't know, I'm not Catholic, I don't know how to deal with this, but I look at it and say, God knows this person right here had a mess, and they got through it, I can get through it. The
Right.
things that they went through. It's just like, if you were at the foot of Jesus, say a prayer for me. I
That's
need
right.
you.
That's right. You know,
But I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. I'm still in the Bible. I apologize. I was about to
no,
talk about the
no.
Apocrypha, and that has shot us right out. So,
No, do not apologize. Like I said, that's what smoke is for. That's what Michael and I put this together. We go
I love
down
it.
so many rabbit holes and we get into some discussions for things that most people don't want to hear. Okay,
We're going to talk
because
about the Vatican soon.
yeah, we I've got a
Oh,
Vatican joke,
wow.
and so yeah, that one is taking some preparation, but we're getting there, and
That's going to be
so
fun, and that's going
yeah,
to be mind blowing. You're going to have a lot of listeners
we
mind
have
blown. That's going to
Right.
be great.
we have a great guest that's coming in. That's he is a priest, and so yeah, it's going to be a good show, and we may end up making that 2 hours because I
You
don't
might
think we
have
can.
to.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah. That's going to take a while.
Yeah, so
Somebody, two
I'll
or
have to
three
start.
shows.
Yeah, I'll have to start it at 6 because we have a walk through shadows right after our show with
Oh,
Charles
that's a
Roman,
good name.
and but and of course Charles is a great guy. We're going to have him on our show, and I know it's going to be a lot on him, but he'll go from this show into his show, and that him and his daughter Samantha, they do a great job. But
I bet
so
they do.
yeah, and but Teresa and I have a Bible discussion. Something will come up, and of course we're always watching some sort of documentary about
Oh, me too.
things. So uh, we're 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 going to be going down a bunch of different holes, um, and a lot of that is going to carry the Bible with it, and history and things like that, and some unsuspecting information that some people, even pastors, might stand back and go, "Ooh, wait a minute, what are y'all saying?" So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's why
Well,
it don't
you,
matter
you
what
need to
what.
find somebody that's got a theological base, because if you've got somebody that's taking it literal, you're going to blow their mind.
Oh
They
yeah,
won't be able to handle the inconsistencies of the Bible. I mean, when you read it, you have to ask yourself, what did these books originally mean? What is the actual meaning behind this? What did they mean when they said that?
sure.
And if you break it down to the original message, that's where the power comes from,
And
and
leave.
that's what evokes our faith, you know.
Oh yeah. When you see Teresa, ask her about the Bible that she learned from. That Bible was written in the 1600s.
Oh, I'd
It
love to see
was
a picture of that.
huge, thick type batter, and they removed a lot of books of the Bible and stuff, because
Mhm.
the Bible had everyday life. They had people in there that was let me see. Oh, that's right there.
Eh,
It says I was taught to read from the original King James 1692. So
1692, girl, that's crazy.
her godmother
Wow.
had that, and it's in her family, her godmother's family, and we've been trying to locate it, and
What a
so
treasure.
yeah, it's but that in itself, I mean, just reading about everyday life is a blessing within itself because that's history. And what we were talking about a while ago, the people that carry
History.
the historical stories is what keeps everything going. And if you
Yeah,
don't, even from way back, so so that and it is a rabbit hole because there's a lot of people that speak out against it and things like that. But
I know.
that's okay. That everybody has their opinion. I definitely will not impede on anybody's opinion because that is their God-given right. That's
Yeah.
their, their. I'm not going to say anything. Just I might disagree with your opinion, but
We ain't gonna
Yeah.
hate you for it.
no,
No.
absolutely not. We want to hear everybody's different opinion. Now, let me catch up on this chat thing here for just a second, y'all.
Yeah,
And
we we're going and leaving everybody behind.
I want to get to your book. I got that uploaded and stuff. That's pretty interesting. I know Teresa's probably going to get with you on that because, you
I
know,
would love for her to.
Teresa wrote Harry Potter cookbook and some other cookbooks. And
Hmm.
one of Teresa's big books is how to build a moonshine still. So,
I need
Oh,
I need that.
but what she says, Teresa says on here, Millie is not one to aggravate. It's back to old Cahaba. Millie was one of the slaves there, and Todd, he can attest to Millie's. When we were set up in the slave quarters, when we were there doing our investigation, um, we would numerous times got Millie to come across the spirit box,
Yep.
and I mean, she'd walk right up next to you. You could just feel her energy, and
no.
she was the one of the ones that was kind of like the head person there, and so and you would think that that would be a bad feeling, but no, she's just as calm as anything, and you can
Yeah.
ask her any questions, and she will
Bless her.
literally answer. And I do think I got her on EVP. I've got to
Ooh.
isolate that, and I have so much to do, Leitreanna, with so much. Um, we just went to Poly Jail, and
Oh my.
it is
That place is a phenomenon.
yes, and it was. Well, I got so much stuff to do, I just don't know. All right, Todd, let's catch up with Todd. It says, Amen on the gift from God, and Amen on the many translations and how the Bible is used for people for private desires. You're absolutely
That's
right.
true.
And well, Todd says he can't wait for the Vatican show. Also,
I can't wait either.
how about
Oh, hold it. I'll be right back. I'm coming. He's talking about the. I got it. Right. Wait, where did I put it?
Ethiopian
Oh
Bible?
no. Here it
My
is, right
dad,
here.
my dad used to have another book. There was nothing but old books of the Bible that he used to have.
Oh, wow.
Yep. This one, it's my new one because I write in mine and I've got, you know, bookmarks and all kind of stuff. I try not to write. I use highlighter, but anyway. So this one is the all the books, the Apocrypha.
Mm-hmm.
and where it's supposed to go. It's got the maps. Well, you can't see it. Sorry. Now you can a little. It's
Yeah.
got maps and it's got other scriptures right down the middle between the two, because you know it's like two columns, and
Yeah.
in the middle there's references of other scriptures that if you see a subject in there, you can look over to the side. Okay, I can see that over here in this book and that book. But I would like to write a devotional, like a daily devotional from the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Apocrypha.
Yes, that
I,
would be cool.
I think that would be fascinating to do because that's something we don't really know about. But
That's
Judith, that book is there's some really interesting things in there that are very uplifting, I feel. But the Wisdom of Solomon, really, Bel and the Dragon, the Song of Three Young Men. Of course, there's I've got all the books of Moses, and that's not in here. I had to get those separate. And then, of course, a book of Enoch.
Enoch. Yep. Yep. Yep.
And that one is really powerful. And I
Yeah.
don't know why it's not in the Bible, but it was definitely a political move. So,
I've uh, I've been exposed to a lot of course, the Bible, King James version, that type of thing. Um, a whole bunch of books that was designed for prophecy and things. Some of that I'm going to have a show on, and that's going to be a dark, dark show. Unfortunately, that's going to be a, a, a rabbit hole that is going to be deep. But some of those books have some of the same scriptures that the Bible does.
oh yeah,
People just don't realize exactly. Wait a minute, So they're real similar. Just the outcome of it is different. If you get what I mean. So, but yeah, one day we're going to go into that, and we're going to find out, how similar those things are, and so, but now those type of books and messages and things, I think they are individualized. You have
I do too.
so many people that are searching for something, and they could find it in one book and it not even be a biblical book, just a reference to something, to
Yeah.
biblical or apocryphal book, if you will.
hmm
And so, you know, I think everybody needs to not be closed-minded and to reach out to all literature, um, in that spectrum. That's how they're going to find their message. It's not just to everybody. It's not just thrown into your face. Some people's
Right.
thrown there and they don't see it. Okay,
Right.
they have to
Well,
go
some
search.
people are just their souls are younger. They don't understand.
Right.
I mean, I don't to say it. They're just not. It doesn't click with them. Some people need the literal translation.
Yeah.
Um,
One
I
day.
I personally think that that is from a stance of fear, and I don't I love God more than I fear God. I
Yeah.
would rather know the true word. I mean,
Sure.
I don't know how else to say it. Uh,
Well, with that love, it comes fear, because you're
hmm
taught that, and agape love is true love, and
Right,
when you can achieve that, then you would have the same love that Jesus had for us. Well,
right.
that is a hard thing to do. Okay, can you love
Yes.
that unconditional? And I haven't met anybody that's able to love unconditionally like that. Not, I mean,
I don't think humans are able to do it. I
I
feel
don't
like
think,
they would have to love through God's love in order to do it.
right. I don't think humans
I
can
don't
do.
think we've got the, I don't think we can do it.
No,
Mm-mm.
I think our self-centeredness, our mind, everything about being human is what slows us down and keeps us from doing that. And
Well,
so,
with love, you have to say, I fell in love with you. I think that it's not a fall. It's not something that just happens to you. It's a decision. And I feel like you can love someone is what you should be saying is, I love myself when I'm with you. I love how I'm feeling about myself when I'm with you. Because
sure,
if things change, all of a sudden you done fell out now. You know, I fell out of love. No, terms change. That's what it is.
sure.
So, but
What's up,
anyway,
Blaine?
That is a good thing to. All right, let me
hey
get back
Blaine,
to you.
Blaine's in the house.
Yeah.
my
Hey, Blaine.
bro.
Todd said he's going to get him one of those books, and of course Dawn's in here. She'll be listening, but she's playing her Oculus. So, but so tell us why we're going to shift gears a little bit here, okay? Um, what got you into writing a cookbook?
It's so funny. It's so funny. I just kept thinking, we always made a big deal of the holidays, at my family. And, I came up with all these cool recipes, and I, I love the idea of, pretzels, and they have a fingernail that's an almond on it, so it looks like mummy fingers and things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, it's fun. And so I started keeping those in a little folder, and before long, I was thinking, why don't I do something with this? And so I started out calling it Boo Bites, and I was like, Bewitched Book of Boo Bites might be better. So you're going to be going to a land of mystics, and you'll be able to see stories about fairies and enchanted cookbooks that chooses someone once a year to make all the goodies for the town for the Halloween party, and then it hides itself. It can fly and it hides itself back on the shelf. And
Wow.
everybody knows the cookbook has chosen somebody. We smell food in the old bakery.
Wow.
So everybody, yeah, it's fun. It's just a lot of fun. And then you'll have your recipes, and they're easy. They're not hard. You know, there it is. Bewitched Book of Boo Bites, a gently spooky cookbook, appetizers and desserts for spooky season. Mhm.
Wow.
See the little
Nice.
mummies on the tray? See the with the eyes?
Mm,
That's so
yep.
funny.
Now we're going to be hungry, Michael.
I'm
All
hungry
right.
already.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and this one, we've got true stories from the cemeteries, from cursed ground and cryptid encounters that were near haunted locations. So we're going to talk about each story and go into detail what we experienced. And then at the end, we're going to talk about a theory we have about, how these dimensions are connected. And this one is I had this last year. A lot of people bought it. I've done some more work to it, but this is Family Spirit Series, Victorian Ghost Files Between Heaven and Ectoplasm. And I really love the idea that we were able to finally prove the significance of this Society for Psychical Research that started in the Victorian era. A lot of people want to kind of poo-poo the old school ways of doing things with pendulums and dowsing rods and seances and Ouija boards and all the things. A big candle, a jar with a candle in it, and it gets blown out, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's what the Society for Psychical Research used. And they would investigate one place for 5 years or more. And
Mm,
they didn't have the internet, so they had to get in there with volunteers, and it couldn't be just anybody. It had to be somebody of notable character and intelligence to research these things, and they were able to put together um, names of people that owned certain pieces of property that now has a house built on it that has caused this haunting. They've actually been able to contribute some to murder cases.
Hmm.
So the Amityville Horror wasn't the first.
Right.
Actually, it was plenty younger in Greece, but that's a long story and it goes way back. But they were able to pull a lot of things together, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was in it, Harry Hines, Houdini, you know, and why he was important is not just because he believed in mysticism and the power of the supernatural, but he also knew how sleight of hand worked, obviously.
Hmm.
And so if somebody was playing a trick, a parlor trick, just to get money, which there's a lot done, that's why I call it ectoplasm.
Right.
That's not what that was. He was able to call them out and debunk that. So, and it even goes in detail about how these seances were conducted and what they did. How did the Ouija board work? Give you some ideas of how it was done back in the day. Maybe you can try it with your equipment and get a comparison. What did you pick up and what did you get on your ghost box?
Well, that's since you mentioned that, that's something that our last investigation at um, Polly Jail was intended to do. Of course, we couldn't do it because um, the Fox family that was going to come in and we were going to kind of work together and do that. They had some issues at home, and so we've got that rescheduled. That we're going to do old school,
Well,
and
I'm
then
going to
come
tell you
back.
now, Michael is good at doing experiments and Destiny's very talented. It's
Oh,
going to be worth rescheduling because
oh yeah,
Michael and I did stuff years and years ago that took a lot of effort and took a lot of thought. Unfortunately, we don't have any of it documented anymore, but it's been a while. But
you know,
those kinds of experiments are what teach us.
oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes you have to get back to the basics of things, to it's kind of a round robin. You got to go
Yep.
around that block, and I think everybody's moved into a a paranormal block, if you will. Um, I see it all the time. What's your favorite piece of equipment, and what kind of this do you hate, and so on and so forth, and I think all
That's
that
just,
negativity and stuff is just a big block of it just fogs your mind up, and
yeah.
your ability to get in there and rationalize on things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, well, hopefully that we can get into an investigation and get the two compared. We're going to video both extensively and do the
It's
comparison.
fascinating.
And it's not going to be just a cut and dry type thing. It's probably going to take multiple investigations, but that's okay. That's what this paranormal field needs, is someone to get down and dirty, if you will, and do
That
the
was my reason for writing that book.
yeah,
Get down and dirty, do your work, and question everything and follow up.
yeah,
Can you collaborate with someone else? Can you get confirmation that this is what you heard and this makes sense historically? You
right,
know,
exactly. And that's another reason that we do the research that we do before we go into a place. And of course, my beautiful wife is head of our research department. She can, you know,
she is
find,
beautiful.
yeah, she can.
She is.
Um, she's a spitfire. I ain't gonna lie. She is beautiful. She's my heart. So, but um, but she can. I think she could, you know, find out what the bug name on the inside of an apple is.
Yeah.
She she had, like Polly Jail, just for an example. She has names of prisoners' families,
Oh, wow.
reviewers, guards. She has names of their families. You know, some instances what they've done during certain times and things. So, you know, and of course she'll tell you all that ties into everything. So we have to have it. And
Yeah.
she, yeah, we were doing a uh, EVP session one time, I think it was, and it was a flash deal, and I got the EVP. We were on the second floor. Um, I got the EVP. I'm here, and then we did another one, and then we got another one that's a JD, and then Teresa kicks in. She says, wait a minute," and then she goes in. She says, "I know about that," and so that helps us tremendously in validating it. And people say, "I don't want to know the history of this and this." Well, how are you going to validate anything if you don't know the history of it?
There it is.
You can go in
You
there
can
blind.
only say that for a short period of time. If you don't want to know anything going in there, great. But after you get in there and you start getting evidence, you better cross-reference your stuff and validate yourself. I mean, that's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Now,
Excuse me.
um, a friend of mine that's been doing this for a long time, um, he sends a team in and they do cold, and then he goes in with another team that has the research. You know, same team, just
Oh,
two
how
different.
cool.
And then they come out and collaborate and say,
Yeah.
okay, this is what we got. How and then they compare it to their research that they do, and that's a great way of doing things. Um, I've run into people that says, "Oh, I don't want to know anything about this." I'll be able to tell you everything whenever I come out. Okay, well, that's good. All right,
Who
we
wants to
got
play
you.
with them?
Yeah, and unfortunately, some of those people, it's all about I,
I hate,
I,
I don't like that kind of attitude. Mm-mm.
and so and people do what they do. I'm again, I'm not trying to knock anybody for they have different ways, but
No, we're not trying to knock them. It's just,
yeah,
it's, we're still talking about people with closed minds.
that's right,
Right.
You know,
absolutely, absolutely.
there's
So
some people that like to just go through the drive-through and get food and leave and eat. And, then there's others that, hey, let me go make you a homemade meal. Let me, and it just feels so much better. Others want instant gratification, and that
yeah,
that's no good.
absolutely. Teresa said many of them don't get validation either whenever they go into places, and
Yeah. Well,
um,
she's telling it like it is. They don't.
we had a person that joined our team years ago. They're gone. They moved on to bigger, better things, and they went in and they were the ones that said, "I don't want to know anything." Okay, well, all right, and they came out and they told us things for about 30 minutes, and we let them talk, and then she says, like, "Well, I'm right, aren't I?" And love my wife. She looked at it and said, "Nope, you're not even close." So the
Well,
validation wasn't there, and people like that get their feelings hurt a little bit, but so that's just the type of people sometimes that you run into in this field and things, and hopefully what you wish is hopefully down the road a little bit they learn and
Hmm.
change things, and so but
even,
that's good.
even when we were doing the Estes method up there on the second floor, she was trying to put things out to bring out whoever she was talking to, names and stuff like that, to kind of bring them out and answer those questions and try to pull that out of them.
Yeah, yeah. See, you know a carnival person, and I don't call them psychics. Okay, I've been to a bunch of carnivals, um, and there's the person that's sitting over there that's gonna the fortune teller, if you will, and
Oh
that's what
yeah.
they do. They sit down and they start fishing. They'll throw this word out and that type of thing, and you know uh, some of that is, of course, that's for entertainment. I mean, we know that's for entertainment, and for that just kind of gets under the skin of all you people that are actually talented and psychic and can do those things. And this, and me, I'm not a psychic. You know, I don't have a. I'm not. I'm just not that way. Sometimes I get caught up in things, but I'm just not gifted like that. I'm gifted with the gab, I guess. But so well, it's nine after, and I got another show here in a little bit. But Lee, I want you to tell everybody where you're going to be and
Okay.
what you got coming up.
Okay, well, I'll be going to Gettysburg the second week of July, third week of July, I'll be in New Orleans, and then August I'll be with you guys. And then I've got a long break until October, and then I'll be in Massachusetts at MassCon. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a big party. And each one of these paranormal conferences are different. Each one of them is different. Some it's about the camaraderie, others it's about the education, others it's about the get together. Some we're doing experiments. I mean, it's great. You know, this is what it's meant to be. And I hope you guys will come see me. I'm doing workshops at yours. And Matthew's doing workshops at yours. The grounding and shielding is fantastic. He always has a great number of people that take it. It's a great way to learn to quiet your mind, to reset your emotions, to stop the anxiety, because anxiety is basically first cousins to fear, and that will make you sick, and it'll stop you from being able to take your best foot forward. And it can actually stop you in your tracks if you let it, because
Yes,
if it manifests in your mind, it can tear your self-esteem down. So meditation just means being able to empty your mind. So what does come up, what images, what feelings, and you know they're not yours, you're picking up on something psychic in a psychic manner. And so, we spend a lot of time doing guided meditations, and I'm teaching your psychic connection online right now. We'll do whatever it is that you'd like for us to do there. Teresa's already selling tickets, and I hope we pack it out. I remember one year I had to do the workshop 4 times because people kept coming in, and we had
yes,
standing room only. We were bringing chairs in from all over the building, trying to make room for everybody. And I want it like that and more because
sure.
I've got some footage to show, and I've got some questions to ask and some answers to things people might not recognize. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I am going to be looking at haunted objects. If you've got one, you want to know what's going on. If you want to get rid of it, I'll take it. If you want to just know if it's haunted, I'll be happy to help you. Just bring it to Deep South.
Awesome, awesome. That's cool. Um, I have a book, and I don't. You may have seen it. I don't know, but it's something that our team acquired. Um, it's a book, The Rite of Exorcism, and a lot of priests will take that book and lay it on the forehead of the possessed individual, and what happens? A lot of
They
times,
scream, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll scream, and a lot of times those books or those objects will absorb things, and
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
so it's a different book, and um, when I
I'd love to see it.
read it, and I've read it, um, it just kind of it's kind of like an echo, if you get what I mean. I can hear an echo of things, and so it's just it's weird. So yeah, I'm probably going to bring that to you and see what you think. And
I'd love that.
Teresa put something up here. Oh, that real quick. We also, not
Oh,
only in
yes.
Deep South, we have the Medieval Faith Fest, November 13th, 14th, and 15th at the Jackson County Ag Center, Marianna, Florida. And people can go online. We're taking vendors and selling tickets. People can come dressed, um, as medieval, as fairy, or whatever the case
That
may be.
sounds like so much fun.
Last year we had well over 700 people come in. It stormed like crazy, and people were standing in line. The parking lots were full. We had such a great time, and We just got to meet so many new people. But you know, now Deep South Fair Comic Con, that's going to be an awesome, awesome event.
It
It's
is. It
it's in a,
really is.
it's in a new place, and you know, this place is much nicer, a little more elegant, that type of thing. And so we want people to come out August 8th and 9th at the Enterprise Civic Center, Enterprise, Alabama. And people can go to deepsouthfaircomiccon.com and get tickets. We are accepting outside vendors right now and some more inside vendors. We adjusted things around, and so we can put a few more in there. So it's just going to be a great time having you guys, and then of course Keith Age, Robert Mukes, Ken
Can't wait to see
Gerhard.
Keith.
Yeah,
Love Ken.
I talked to
And
Keith.
James Stokes. People just
Yeah,
love James. People
Yeah, they
love
do.
James and his sweet wife. Oh, she's
He's
so
a
pretty, Sammy.
he's
They're
a
good
people
people.
person.
Yeah,
yeah,
they are. And
yeah.
what they talk about, anti-bullying campaigns, it
Oh,
really
definitely.
touches
Right.
people's hearts. We got to
Um,
teach our children. There she is.
James Stokes. He is he's kind of one of those people that you just can't help to look up to, and he's just so positive on everything that he does.
Yes,
And
he is.
and I tell people, I said, all right, we got the new addition to Jason Voorhees. We got James Stokes coming in, and people are, I'm coming to see him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I'm oh, and yeah, we can't forget the redneck Raja,
I love
Jatim
that guy. I
Jatim
love
Patel.
that guy.
He is nut. I mean, he is
Yes, he
a nut,
is.
and
I've known him for a long time.
I'd
but
love to see some of his snakes.
he well, he was going to bring his owl, but because
Yeah.
they won't let those type of animals inside the civic center,
Oh,
and so
okay.
he may still bring it, but he'll be outside. I'm not sure
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
Um, we had to break it to him that he couldn't come inside with it, and he was, but I'm better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, he is just a great guy, and
He is.
I mean, I haven't known him long as Michael has, but I've known him probably 15 years or something, and and there's no telling what the man will say because I mean, he's definitely.
No,
If it's on his mind, it's coming out. Yeah, I
But
that
did
it
notice
is.
that. I sure did.
but
That's something else, man. That's cool. I can't
absolutely.
wait to see him. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see, um, um, oh my gosh, I was just on his show. Sour Patch and Ben Bracken.
Oh
Yeah.
Those
yes.
guys are amazing. You
Uh,
know,
the
I
new
can't,
lady that's coming in.
Shawana.
Yeah, yeah, we did a trivia thing with Shawana um, on Facebook tonight.
Oh
We have,
yeah?
yeah, we have Mary Hampton coming in. Um, in fact, she'll be on Smoke. Let's see, Gwen is next week, and Mary will be the next week. And but
Yeah. Gwen's excited.
yeah,
She's gonna have a lot of fun.
we think the world of Gwen. She's a sweet lady, and
Yeah.
uh,
Yes, she is.
yeah, I just enjoy having her around, and I know y'all
She's
are
feisty.
y'all are kicking it over there at All Access TV, and
We got a lot going on. There's
yeah,
more that I can't tell you about that's gonna be amazing.
well, I'm so proud to see y'all rock it, and it.
Thank you.
I try to tune in as much as I can, but of course,
Yeah, me too.
having to produce and it's well, Gwen can tell you it's different.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's
but,
different, man. It's
yeah.
different.
So, um, but yeah, Ken Gerhard, he's a
Very
good.
knowledgeable.
Yes, he is, and there are just so many people coming to Deep South, and of course Matt and Blaine and
Yep.
Richard
so
and Colleen.
Richard and Colleen, and so there's just going to
That's
be a
gonna
lot
be
going on.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot more
Richard's going to be on my show Monday.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
I'll have to
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Um, so yeah, it's just something that it's kind of like one of those things that builds up, builds up, builds up, and then um, the day after the con, of course, Teresa and I are still working.
Of
Now,
course.
honestly, I'm working on next year's con now. I'm
Right. Well, that's kind of how that goes.
yeah, I've got some guests that
Keep fingers crossed.
that I have pretty much signed a contract with, and but
Oh, nice.
I just can't announce them just yet, and
Right.
they're definitely in the horror genre and things, and we
Mhm.
may have a big surprise for next year. I'm working on that, and
Sweet.
it's yeah, it's gonna be a big one. So
Oh yeah.
let's just hope that I can pull that off. And I say it's us, but I'm just kind of the contact for that type thing. But so yeah. But this year, August 8th and 9th at the Enterprise Civic Center, I want everybody to come out, see Miss Leitreanna, see
Yep.
Matt, Blaine, see all the folks, Robert Mukes, um,
Yep.
guys 6'10", wears a size 17 shoe ski. Um, you know, that
Holy crap.
wears a
Right.
size
Oh my
17.
God. That's a big dude.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
wow.
When we
Oh,
just booked his motel room,
yeah.
and I told the lady when we went through and because we went through and viewed all everybody's rooms, I
Yeah.
said, "You got another bed you can put in here? We just push it together because
Yeah.
you know, because he's going to
He's a
get a
big
big
guy.
bed." So
Yeah. He's
A
a big
big
dude,
foot,
man.
big footstool or something. They'll put it into the bed.
yeah, uh,
Nobody's home.
sorry, it sounded like somebody was knocking at the door.
I heard it. I heard it.
Somebody out there?
It's Bigfoot.
Ah, well, ain't no room in here
It's
for him.
you have to go on somewhere.
Yeah. So,
Oh man.
but anyway, we're just we're just excited about the event, and we could sit and
I
talk to you
am too. I can't wait to
all
see you
day.
guys. I've got favorite places I like to eat, my favorite drink. You got the coffee people coming back. I love their food. Their food, their coffee. Coffee is my life.
Yeah,
Coffee is the life.
me too.
Yeah, we'll have
Yeah,
fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And I've got some surprises at my workshops. I think you guys need to connect with me and Matt and see about these workshops. They're not very expensive. You're going to get more out of it than you think, and you'll have a takeaway also. You'll have
that's right.
something you can take with you.
That's right. So
Wow.
everybody, y'all go to the website, sign up for those workshops. I guarantee you, you won't be dissatisfied.
Mm.
And
Thank
so
you.
these are great people. They know what they're some of the best in the business. So you guys come out
Thank
and
you,
see.
Stan.
You'll want
You
to come
guys
back
are a
next
team,
year
man.
just to see them.
Exactly, exactly. And we just
Yeah,
sold some
love you
VIP
guys.
the other day, and
Did
that
you? Good.
that was one of the things. Are they going to be? Yeah, they're coming. So, all right. So but anyway, all right.
Let them know. I'll give them a pencil.
Okay, I will. We're telling everybody they needed to go get a pencil.
Yep.
And
Go get a pencil.
oh, and
Oh,
Teresa
me.
wants me to mention ice cream is going to be there,
Ooh.
and
Oh,
they're going
yeah.
to have mint chocolate chip, But
My fave.
it,
My fave.
they
Butter
they
pecan.
pull they pull their little thing with a hearse. So
Oh,
yeah,
now
so
that's cute.
yeah, so it's
You're gonna
going to.
have the same photographer, aren't you?
We
You got
think
that?
we've
Okay.
got to have a meeting with her. Um, I'm not sure if she has another event at that time, but we're hoping to anyway. And
Yeah.
I do have a production crew coming in that's going to be doing video of the whole thing. So yeah,
Very cool.
so a professional side, and yeah, we've got some stuff in the works for next year, uh, not con related, paranormally done set. So
Let we can go live for you. Just talk to Gwen. I'll
okay,
do some, she can do some,
yeah,
you know?
we're web radio is going to have a place there too, and I think some of my shows are going to take turns going on in there. But
Good.
so
Yeah, let's get the word out.
absolutely. All right, well, y'all, I've got to run. Lee, thank you for being on the show. It's always
Yeah.
Happy
fun
to
with you.
be here. Thank you. I miss you guys. I can't wait to give you a big ol' hug.
That's
I'll see
right.
you
Couple,
soon.
Same with you.
not
But
many
Michael,
more days.
yeah,
Not many more. Give
so
Teresa a big hug and kiss for me.
I sure will. All right,
Hi,
everybody.
Destiny, if you're still watching. Bye.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching Smoke. And Michael, thanks for hanging out with us. And again, Lee, thank you. And we will see you guys next week. And
Next
y'all
week
come back because we got Gwen Johns coming in.
at
And
an
that's
early time this next week.
6 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central. And y'all guys come hang out. We're going to have a good time. So, all right.
Just fun. All right.
Y'all
Bye.
have a good
See you
night.
later. Have a good evening.
Yeah! Thanks for burning it down with us. Find us on all the platforms and keep the